Have you ever mused about the wisdom of living without getting caught up in conventional expectations? How about taking a step into the world of Stoicism, where serenity of spirit and resilience weave the story of life? As the Stoic philosopher Seneca put it, "We are not unlucky, but ungrateful." This philosophy offers the view that happiness lies not in things beyond our control, but rather in how we respond to them. In this context, let's examine 6 interesting points related to the principles of Stoicism, particularly in interpersonal relationships. How can we maintain a balance between independence and connection? Find out by listening to an in-depth discussion on the importance of avoiding violence in relationships. Together, we will explore this concept to create strong and meaningful relationships. Join us on this journey into the deep wisdom of Stoicism. 1. Not using violence to solve problems. Refusing to use violence as a conflict resolution is a fundamental pillar for individuals who subscribe to the Stoic philosophy. In the world of Stoicism, courage does not rely on aggressive physical actions, but rather chooses the path of peace. Those who follow Stoic teachings understand that true strength lies in the ability to communicate openly and honestly, without the need to rely on physical dominance. In a world where conflict can easily escalate, Stoics are steadfast in choosing non-violence as a way to form healthier and more fulfilling relationships. It is not about avoiding conflict, but rather facing it with wisdom, emotional intelligence, and a selfless commitment to mutual well-being. By choosing non-violence, Stoics create a solid foundation of relationships based on mutual understanding and trust. 2. Not seeking to fulfill one's needs. Refusing to serve one's needs is a principle inherent in the philosophy of Stoicism. In the world of Stoicism, relationships are not defined by excessive action or excessive personal sacrifice. Stoics believe that it is important to maintain personal independence and integrity without over-involving oneself to fulfill one's partner's desires or expectations. In this context, refraining from excessive efforts to fulfill a partner's needs is not a sign of indifference or lack of emotion, but rather a commitment to the values of honesty and authenticity. Stoics understand that a balance between independence and emotional involvement is the key to a healthy relationship. While this may sound like a disagreement with conventional concepts of relationships, this approach is in line with Stoic principles that emphasize self-control, balancing, and deep understanding in forging emotional bonds. By resisting social pressures to overly submit to romantic expectations, Stoic individuals build relationships that are based on a foundation of honesty, mutual understanding, and authentic acceptance. 3. Not giving up on dreams. Refusing to give up on ambition is a solid foundation for men who follow a Stoic philosophy. As the wise Winston Churchill said, "Success is not the end. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to go on that really counts." Stoic men understand that to make others happy, they must maintain loyalty to themselves and continue to pursue ideals without sacrificing personal happiness. They consider personal desires not a form of egoism, but rather self-intelligence. Stoic men know that sacrificing their dreams is not only detrimental to themselves, but also to their relationships. Fidelity to life goals gives depth to their character, highlighting uniqueness in a crowd. In a world that often dictates social norms that expect sacrifice, Stoic men hold firm to the principle that true happiness comes from a balance between engaging in relationships and staying true to one's calling. This is not a rejection of love, but rather an understanding that solid relationships are built on a foundation of honesty and loyalty to oneself. 4. Rejecting and ignoring family. Rejecting and neglecting family is not a wise choice in the philosophy of Stoicism. In terms of Stoic values, the family is considered a pillar of strength that provides unparalleled emotional and spiritual support. Stoics believe that family relationships are a must for inner balance and peace. They understand that the love and support provided by family is a major contributor to living a meaningful life. In an often uncertain world, Stoics place family as a fixed point, as a guarantee of continuous, unconditional love. They emphasize the importance of blood relations and dedication to family members as a solid foundation. Stoics are not individuals who sacrifice family time for temporary pleasures. Instead, they understand that healthy and fulfilling romantic relationships stem from a strong family foundation. Loyalty to family values is a tangible form of Stoic constancy, forming the basis of happiness and peace in all relationships. 5. Not too submissive. In the world of Stoicism, accommodating a partner's needs in a conventional way is not found. In essence, Stoic principles emphasize the importance of authenticity and genuine relationships. Stoics believe that in order to achieve true happiness, we must stay true to our values without compromising the essence of ourselves. The importance of not going to great lengths to fulfill a partner's desires is central to Stoic philosophy. This is not a sign of a lack of feelings or empathy, but rather an understanding that the sustainability of relationships depends on a balance between individual freedom and emotional attachment. In the farce of conflict, Stoics prefer not to use violence as a solution. They recognize the power of open and honest communication without the need for physical dominance. In a world that is often full of conflict, the Stoic, non-violent approach creates a healthier and more fulfilling foundation. Thus, being Stoic is not about being unable to meet the needs of others, but rather about building strong relationships based on the values of truth, freedom, and balance. 6. Doesn't use pickup lines. In relationships, they respect authenticity and avoid social pressure to fulfill conventional expectations. They believe that mutual happiness comes from loyalty to oneself and Stoic principles. Without believing in nice words, Stoics choose to build attraction through honesty, self-belief, and a genuine approach to life. They do not seek temporary recognition through sweet words, but rather take the challenging path, building a solid foundation of relationships in Stoic balance and wisdom. In conclusion, strong and healthy family relationships are an invaluable foundation in the philosophy of Stoicism. Rejecting the use of violence as a conflict resolution, maintaining independence without being too subservient to the needs of others, and maintaining personal dreams are important pillars in forming solid relationships. Let's reflect together on the wisdom of living without getting caught up in conventional expectations and understand that true happiness comes from how we respond to life. In a world that is often stressful and conflicted, Stoicism provides a foundation for creating peaceful and fulfilling relationships. Let's share your thoughts. What do you think about healthy relationships? Are there any Stoic principles that caught your attention? Give it a like, leave a comment to discuss, and don't forget to subscribe to continue gaining insights into the wisdom of Stoicism. Let's explore the beauty of relationships based on authentic values and balance together. Thank you for your participation.